Quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor and I have zero financial skills. This is not stock advice. This is for myself, a personal log to see how I've grown and how my strategy and whatever changes within the next few years or whenever I look back at this. So, yes, this is for entertainment purposes only. Firstly, this is a discussion of my setup at the moment and how I do it. This is, at the moment, I have a virtual portfolio, I think is what they call it, on eToro. So, yes, this is not even my own money yet. Hopefully, that will happen in the next few days or weeks whenever I figure out what my solid strategy is. So yes, this is on eToro. So I have three screens. One is where I make the trades. The other one is where I look at the technical indicators, and the other one is my Excel spreadsheet to keep track of all of it. So this on eToro is my trading screen. This is where I physically put in the buy or sell order. So at the moment, I have 4,000 loss on open trades. Luckily, if you go to past trades, it is a bit better. I have a profit of 6,000, so that's okay. Just ignore the trades at the moment because I haven't done my end of day trading or analyzing it. That will be in the next video. This is just to explain what the setup is. So yes, this is where I make the trade, eToro, and then I use IQ option to do my technical indicators. I use three of them, two EMA lines, so yeah, one MACD indicator, and a stochastic oscillator, which sounds extremely like a forex scam, but yeah, a stochastic oscillator. The next video I'll explain what these things does and how I use them. But for now, that is how it works, like what I use. And then I have my Excel spreadsheet where I can keep track also for myself what I do. So at the top is account value on that day. That's when I started, because I started exactly a week ago with this virtual account to see how it goes. So yeah, at the start it was 100,000 virtual dollars, and then I have and then the investment. So name is BP, bought BP, British Petroleum. Then account value at purchase, which is at the moment that one, but it changes. You'll see why, because I want a decent percentage of risk with every trade depending on my account value. So every time I make a trade, yeah, account value, but I'll explain that in the next video. The margin times my entry price, so what the price is, stop loss, potential loss per trade, which I'll also explain, the max loss, which is just a Excel calculation it does. Also a calculation which says how many CFDs or contracts of the difference I can trade, the trade value, and then the entry requirement. So I used the entry requirement, and then after the trade, like when the trade closes, it's profit or loss in money, profit or loss percentage. Any notes that I want to keep if the trade is done, I want to keep it, and then good or bad. Yes, I'll explain that as well, which is just additional notes, but in the end, the good or bad is what is the big aim is to increase that, or to, I want it good, I don't want it bad, but yes. And then what I do, so only the yellow ones are the ones I mainly use. All the orange ones are, okay, all these orange ones, they are stuff that Excel does myself. These are the important ones, these three yellow ones. So the entry price, the stop loss, and then the entry requirement is what like cash available because I trade on margin. I don't want my risk to. I don't want to put in 50% of all my equity into one trade, and then there's margin and it gets wiped out, and that's dumb. So entry requirement is that for a trade value of margin of 30k, yes. And then in the end, my profit or loss on that BP trade was $1,800. Yeah, and then I made a 30% loss. First trade didn't go that well, but luckily, few trades in, $6,000 up and 6.7% in 1 week, which is really not bad. Most banks will give you that for a year. So yeah, that's the setup, an Excel sheet that I use to calculate what I do on this screen. And before I do the Excel spreadsheet, I use this one to see what I put into Excel and if I should do the trade or not. So yeah, that's the way it goes. IQ option, I see what to do or which stock to do. Excel to see how much of it, and eToro to do it. So yeah, that's the setup.